video. And in this video, as I mentioned, we talking about EFFIE and CANE and what's going on. Sis made me uncomfortable with how she was moving in episode 209, and I'm hoping it's for the best. I'm hoping that the love for Tariq is real. However, EFFIE Carfax come back that she's inconsistent, sometimes inconsiderate, and will definitely throw Tariq under the bus when it best suits her motivations, and her needs. So we gotta keep our head on the swivel, because after she decided to go to CANE about Tariq trying to protect Lauren, I'm not too sure about little Miss EFFIE anymore. But let's dive in. Alright, so halfway through episode 9, Tariq tells EFFIE about Lauren getting CANE and Brayden on the wire, and the first thing that she says is, what? She got CANE on the wire? Let's take a look at the clip real quick.
She might have gotten CANE and Brayden on the wire.
What? She got CANE on the wire?
And she does follow it up with a very reasonable argument. She says she was your girlfriend and now she's the reason that you're on trial for murder. But I want to put a pin in that part of her argument, because Lauren getting Brayden and CANE on the wire is a problem. It is a huge problem. It has opened the door for them to check into Ramirez's past, look at his dash cam, figure out who's what. Jenny Sullivan in this episode was actually able to pull the dash cam footage from when Ramirez saved them, from when CANE grabbed them, put them out on the block and beat up like all of that stuff actually started to tie together. So this wire is definitely a problem, whether she got Tariq on it or not. All it did was create a bigger potential case, not only to put Tariq away, but to put Brayden and CANE away as well as accomplices. All Jenny has to do is figure out how this whole little network works, and Trace in 209 is trying to make himself available to help her figure out how it works. But we're gonna talk about that in another video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn your bell notifications, because I'm coming to you every day this week with a new video breaking down some important information that you might have missed and that you need to know from episode 209 before we go into the season finale. All right, so I said I wanted to put a pin in the conversation about, or what she said in the conversation when she said she was your girlfriend and now she's the reason that you're on trial for murder. The very next scene, we get to see EFFIE meeting up with CANE, who she calls after Tariq leaves to go meet up with his lawyer. She calls CANE, meets up with him, and they feel very familiar from the jump. One of the first things I noticed before any words was said was that CANE didn't seem comfortable, he seemed calm, and that seemed out of character. That told me that he's met her before, but not even just from them hitting this lick, but he's actually interacted with her before on a whole nother level. And I know y'all gonna be like, Erica, in 208, drug related, he was kicking her that kind of flavor, that kind of energy at the table. So let's go ahead and play that clip real quick.
Yeah, we all gotta move together.
Yeah, we should be together. But unfortunately,
to the blind eye, yes, he was being flirtatious. But even when you think about it, y'all, going back, it really kind of hit different after you see episode 209, because EFFIE says we all gotta work together. And he replies, looking directly at her, we should be together. That, to me, doesn't sound like the first time I meet somebody and I'm about to throw my hat into the ring. Like, he applied way more pressure and was a lot more nuanced in his approach when he did it with Lauren. This felt a little bit deeper. This felt like it had a little bit of history to it. This felt like I know something y'all don't know, and it's kind of intriguing. Look at the top of the scene as they walk in. CANE is saying, what is this, a class trip? And when they sit down, you can see at the pulled out shot, you can see CANE looking at her, smiling before he even says anything, and EFFIE looks like she's side-eyeing him as if she has seen him before or knows him. And then, y'all, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna go back to episode 206, What's Free, when EFFIE is sitting across the table at Lauren's brother's apartment from Tariq, and she says, how close am I going to be working with CANE? First thought is, why, girl? Why you need to know that? Everybody that y'all work with is killers. Everybody that y'all work with is criminals. Everybody that y'all work with is dangerous. Why CANE? Now, she does quickly clean it up by saying that she can handle herself. She just feels like as long as he's around, Tariq won't be safe. However, Tariq have an ankle monitor on. He can only go to certain places. The damage has been done. If CANE set Tariq up to go to jail, CANE can't come back and kill Tariq because he still needs to be the guy that's going to take the fall. If Tariq comes up dead during this trial, then they might start looking like maybe he didn't actually kill him. So he actually has no motive to do so. And when you really stop and take and you think about it, the writers have been planning this stuff the whole time. I 110% believe that EFFIE and CANE have some kind of history. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out there. I think that they might have dated before. I think they might have smashed. Who knows what happened, but clearly it might have ended amicably because they ain't at each other's throats every time that they see each other. However, this comfortability is making me a little bit uncomfortable as she says that she's starting to fall for Tariq, which I did start to believe. And Tariq seems to think that he can really trust her, telling her every single detail of everything he's thinking, doing, or potentially going to do. What did Davis McClain say, Tariq? Trust no one. Now, let me go back to the statement that she made of she was your girlfriend and now she's the reason that you're on trial for murder. You know, Effie told Tariq this, right? In all actuality, Effie, Kane is the reason why Tariq is on trial for murder because Kane planted Ramirez's badge in Tariq's dorm room desk. But you think that it's important right now that you go and save Kane. You make sure that y'all save Kane. You didn't run and tell Brayden this information. And if you were actually concerned about if Tariq was going to be okay with Kane around, like you said in 206, then how are you now running to protect Kane? And yes, y'all, Kane and Tariq are tied to this. So at the end of the day, Kane can't really go down without Tariq going down as well. So I know this on the back end, but Effie don't know that, y'all. And in the scene where she's actually talking with Kane, the thing that sealed it for me, because not only did she tell him about Lauren, which on its own would have been fine because they're colleagues, they work together, yada, yada, yada. However, when he asked, how do you know about this? She said, Tariq told me. And then Kane says, so he knows and he's letting this ride. And she says, yes. Bruh. If this boy has been coming for Tariq, tried to kill Tariq last season, now got Tariq on trial for murder by planting evidence on him, why would you go and tell him that Tariq knows of something that could compromise his livelihood and or his freedom and think that everything is going to be cool? But you running around here saying that you're trying to protect Tariq, that you're concerned about Tariq? A great example, y'all, if y'all a little bit confused and you like, but Erica, what else was she supposed to say? Because that's how she got the information. The very next scene where Kane meets up with Brayden and Brayden asks, how does he know all this information? He says, a friend. There's plenty of ways that you could say that you know something that is very factual without actually throwing a person up under the bus. And if anything, I know that Effie had to know that this would put a target back on Tariq's back by way of Kane, and it's going to start the beef again. And she had no problem doing so because she seemed very calm in this scene. Again, she seemed very familial. But I want to know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Do you think that Kane and Effie have smashed? Have they been together? Do they have history? We won't know until season 3 what Effie's full backstory is, but I would love to dive deep